Let's talk about why I'm getting rid of the Elegoo Centauri Carbons, because some people think that they're great machines, and I never said that they were not great machines in the first video. So let's go over it. And also, yes, I know the price is $279.99 right now on sale, and they're generally on sale. It's kind of like Scar Audio with speakers. But that being set aside, let's talk about why I am transitioning away from them. And I did pay more because I bought a combo set that came with 2 rolls of filament, extra nozzles, 5 build plates, and I believe they came out to $350 plus shipping, $350 shipped to the house. It's like $1,700 and some change after tax, 4 machines and some filament. But that deal is no longer there. So you're paying $279 plus shipping, I believe, now. So you're at like $300 a machine, and I got all those extras. So there you go, about the same price. Have 4 of these still for sale, $200 a piece on Marketplace, but let's just talk about what I like about it, what I didn't like. So I really like that it had an LCD screen. It had a full enclosure. It's priced really well. In this price point, you're looking at a P1P. P1P from Bamboo does not have sides, front glass. It's a bare open machine, single color. Now, if we bump up to the P1S, which I have a couple of, you don't get an LCD screen. You get the enclosure, and depending on if you buy it as a combo or not, you get the multicolor. This machine does not have multicolor. It was advertised as they were coming out with it, promise after promise, never came to fruition. People still think they're coming out with it, but they're coming out with the multicolor for the Centauri Carbon 2. And there's a lot of mixed information if it's going to be compatible with these or not. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I don't really care because I'm getting rid of these machines. Now, with that being said, this is a fantastic printing machine for the most part. I had 5 of these. One of them I have never had a single issue out of. The other 4 we'll get into. So, first off, the lid. This right here is all material from the PTF tube. This tube right here is notorious for popping out of this race and rubbing up against the glass. Now, there's a couple fixes for it. People have used rubber bands. They've made clips. There's a whole bunch of things to fix it. There's also a riser that you can build for the whole top. But in my current print farm situation, I am printing a lot of stuff, and I need prints to move out fast between the businesses. So, in order to keep up, I bought these machines. They were okay being single color at the time, but then I transitioned to a second business that needed more multicolor stuff, and bada bing, bada boom, that's where we had issues. I don't have multicolor on this or multi-filament types, so it made it difficult. On my other machines, I just swap out beds depending on what material I'm printing instead of having to clean in between each one. I can just pop off the plastic, the little extrusion lines on the bamboos and on these, swap out the plate and go to the next material, whether it's PETG, PLA, ABS, ASA, whatever it is. Or if I'm color transitioning to something that's a little bit harsher like glow-in-the-dark filaments or stuff like that, I'll also swap the bed. So I keep a couple different beds, and they're labeled PETG, PLA, ASA, ABS. You don't have to do that. I just like doing it. It provides just a security blanket for me, because I've had issues where I've printed PETG and wiped it with isopropyl alcohol or even scrubbed it, and PLA still had a little bit of an issue on that first layer. So that way I just don't have any issues. I've got all the holders for all the different mats. So this one not having multicolor and multi-filament type in one really hindered it from the get-go. Next, these fan motors right here are notorious for breaking off. Don't know why, they just do. And then you got to take these screws out, take it off, and then glue it on or replace the whole thing. Hot end swaps are not that bad. I'd say they're better than the P1P and P1S. There's 2 screws, 2 wires. Or is there 3? I can't remember. There's just 2. Pop in, pop out, not bad. This little scraper right here is absolute trash. This thing right here has broken more nozzles on 2 of the printers than ever before. It's a bad cut. that I determined. I took a file, I was able to round the edges over, and then it scraped no problem. Just a bad manufacturing flaw. This little trapdoor right here on one of the printers got stuck. Didn't know it till it was too late when it was purging. It was on a long print. I was away, I got home, and this whole bin was full. The nozzle was full, and the extruder had filament wrapped on the inside somehow. Had to tear the whole thing apart. That was a pain in the butt. But that's the type of stuff that happens with 3D printing. If you're not willing to have printers fail and failed prints, don't get into this hobby. I don't like the chute design. Not a fan of many of them. I have to say the P2S is pretty good. P1P is all right. I still like the A1s. The A1, just simple shoot it off the side, works great. The Anycubic Cobra 3 works great. The Cobra 3 Max was a nightmare of a printer all around, so I'm not even going to include that one. Creality, I can be hit or miss on what printer you're using, but there. This, for when this printer came out, they should have noticed from other manufacturers that this style design with a big lip was not going to be a very popular design. They could have made a groove in here or a cut, something, to where you could easily clean that out. Now, people have made plates to fit in here, and that's a whole nother topic, but cleaning it out, I bought a battery-powered shop vac, and I just come in and I clean it up because filament falls down right here in your guide rails, and then you can't level your bed correctly. So, belts, I never had many issues with the belts. I had one belt ride up and get loose. I had to tighten that. Not a big deal. Pretty common. These all have 280 to 380 hours on them. That's not a lot considering pretty much every bamboo in my printing farm has 3,000 plus hours, and some are approaching 10,000. Cobra Max was less than 100 hours when I got rid of it, and it was broke more times than I can count, so these rank higher than that. The Cobra 3, the regular Cobra 3, I want to say I got rid of it at 1,500 hours. That was a great printer. I have a bunch of bamboos, and it just didn't make sense going back and forth through software. And that's another thing. I hate going back and forth between two different slicers with some printers, and Elegoo's slicer always was getting updates, which was a good thing. Their slicer really needed the updates. Let's be 100% honest on that. When I first got these, it was missing features that Bamboo had, and they're both based off a Cura slicer. Very similar. You can even print from each other's slicers if you set them up correctly. But I'll be honest, I had a lot of issues with the Elegoo slicer software. I'd send a print to it, and I'd come look at it, and it'd be downloading, or it'd be stuck at 0%, and it would never print. I'd turn it off, turn it back on, and it would work fine. But it would get stuck a lot, and that was on 3 of the machines that would do that. I'd update them, I formatted them. When I got the 4 on the shelves and I'm hitting print and sending stuff to them, I'm busy packing orders or at work, and when I come home or I get done with that and I come check on them, they ain't done anything. And that's just time, money, effort, energy, because it would heat up the bed, it would get ready to print, and it would just freeze. So, not sure why. Just something that happens. Beds, pretty decent beds, not gonna lie. This is one that came with it in the bundle. Actually, I don't think I ever used this side of this bed. I didn't. At least I took the protective film off. Thought I didn't for a second there. It's so new looking. I had a couple beds tear up on one of the machines because the nozzle actually broke on this wiper, and when it broke on that wiper, it was at an angle, and then it was broke, so it would go back and forth. So it was going on the bed and just cutting into the bed. Swapped out the nozzle, resolved that issue. So yeah, these are great machines for the price. Single color is the downfall. A little bit of software issues, and you know, they're quiet. They're not super loud. They make a good print. I just don't recommend them if you're trying to have a larger. If you have 1 or 2 of these, fine, maybe even 3. But if you want 4, 5, 6, 20, 30, whatever it may be, I wouldn't go this route. Honestly, a lot of people talk trash about them. Creality and Bamboo and Anycubic are probably the 3 brands I would go with as far as mini print farms. And when you get up into bigger print farms, Prusa and Bamboo are really the kings. There's a couple other brands that you could put into, like Shapemaker, but those are, you're talking really high-end machines, and most people aren't going to invest in. The Bamboos aren't too bad. You can start a little A1 mini or A1 print farm. I'm up to a bunch of P2Ss. I'm getting rid of the P1P. I'll be getting rid of the P1Ss. P2Ss are taking over, and H2Ds. Still have a ton of A1s, which are my workhorses. I love those machines. They're hard to beat. They're just not the best for all the quality prints. So hopefully this video opens your eyes up. I'm not saying these are a bad machine by any means, and that's where some people are getting off. It's just not for everybody, and there's better stuff on the market for a little bit more money. These are a great budget-friendly machine, but honestly, if I don't need an enclosure and I need multicolor, I'm going A1 or Anycubic. Just being honest. Elegoo, if you watch this video, I don't think you will, or if a bunch of people tag you in this video and you want to resolve these issues and send me something to review, go for it, because I will review it and I will tell my honest opinion on it. I am kind of curious about that Centauri Carbon 2 with the multicolor. So, you know what to do, guys. Comment down below. If you have any questions, let me know.